Hello everyone, this is Candace Hoover, Instructional Technology Facilitator here at Triton. I'm going to take a few minutes of your time to walk you really quickly through the process of issuing a pass to students as a teacher or staff member, and then see the easiest ways to verify student hall passes when you are needing to check them in or when they get back from somewhere else. So let's take a look at that really quickly. I'm going to go to ClassLink. If you've not gone to the teachers.io site yet, which is the digital hall pass site, I'm logging in here, sign in with Google, using my harnett.k12.nc.us account. If I can't find it, but I've made it a favorite by right-clicking on it and then hitting favorites. But if I need to find it and I can't find it really quickly, it's the myHomework in your... For students, they go to myHomework and it's a little different. Now, if I wasn't signed in and I needed to quickly get there, it's teachers.io. Here it is right here, teachers.io. That's, you can actually bookmark that, which you see I have done here with this star, teachers.io. And then if I am ever logged out, I'll just go to login right there and sign in with Google. And guess which one we're going to use, harnett.k12.nc.us. So you can bookmark the site without going through ClassLink, and then when you do go in, if it's logged you out, you do exactly what I just did, the sign in with Google. So here, if I'm on the home screen, which is where I am home, issue a pass, type the student's name. I have a student account for myself. Say where they're going to go. And now here's an option for the ones that are set that they can actually ask the teacher in the classroom for permission, or they can ask another teacher that they want them to go see later for permission to grant this pass. Right now, the way it is, until you grant the permission, the student cannot issue this pass, and they just get a message that says they are unable to issue this pass. So here's my student account. The student account is blue inside. So if I grant them permission, which I haven't done yet, so if I wanted to go to the front office and I was a student and I clicked it, this is the message that they get. The front office requires that you get permission ahead of time. So that means that either Miss Hamilton at the front or yourself, the teacher in the classroom, has to give that kid permission or just issue the pass in the first place. They just have to be clocked out to go into the hallway to be able to get to the front office where they'll check in, or Miss Hamilton will check them in, and then they're going to come back and have to clock back into your classroom when they get back. So if I go to my teacher account and grant that student permission, reason, call home, that expires that day, which is today. I could grant permission. That student will have the permission. That doesn't mean, if you grant permission, that doesn't mean that they can go to the hallway. That means that they can issue themselves a pass when they do need to go to the front office. So now, if I go as my student, I go to do a front hall pass. I'm leaving whatever class. Call home. I'm able to do that pass now because she's out in the hallway. Front office is like that, the nurse is like that, and passes to teachers are like that. Both teachers have to be fully aware that that teacher has granted permission for that student to go into the hallway, and it can't just be made by a student willy-nilly. So if the student looks here and we refresh, make sure you have a teacher check you in when you arrive. So this student will go to the front office, and then Miss Hamilton will check in, or they will put their number in and sign in at the front office, and then they're active. You can also create a pass for certain locations. Upstairs Media Center, if you needed to use the space there and take your whole class there to go see another teacher. If you needed to go to a certain location, you can tell Miss Hamilton that way. But you can actually click View Hall Monitor, and this will show you everybody that's had a pass or is in the hall. And if it has a whole lot of things listed like it did yesterday, if I look at the date, this is the whole day, you can change all of these at the top to make sure that you're seeing what you want to see. And I like to click the out button because that means that's when they issued the pass last. And you can say when the earliest time, or you can say when the latest time is. And it'll tell you whether they ended it like they were supposed to, or whether the system ended it, meaning that they were out longer than 20 minutes without checking back in. This will say that they checked in with the teacher, but it wasn't ended. Return to class is what that teacher should have done, a return to class pass, and then that they would have checked back in at the location that they started. Just remember they're checking in, or they're clocking out from the place that they start when they first leave. And then they check in with the teacher that they're going to see, if it was Miss Grimes, and then when they go back to the class that they just left, they clock back into that class. So just keep that in mind. They have to be accounted for each time they go into the hallway. Even if they're going to see another teacher, they have to clock back in and then clock out, or clock back in whenever they get to their original classroom. So you can do a filter, only show in the hall, and there's nobody in the hall. So during that time, it will take all of the ones. You can just toggle all and just use the ones to see who's going to the bathroom. And we don't see anybody because of the time. Now, here you can type in a student's name and see if they used a pass. Or that's one way that you can also issue a pass. There's numerous ways that you can issue the passes. From the home page, you can issue pass here by typing in the student's name. If you start typing in a name, you can type the first name or last name, whichever one's the most unique will pop up the fastest. And then you can pick the student that way and issue the pass. Or you can go to search, start typing the student's name, issue the pass through their specific one there. Or the other way that you can issue a pass is to go here, click the class, if that's your class for the day, have it already opened, and issue the pass that way by going over the plus sign. So again, like passes to teacher, you can create the pass yourself right then and there. So you don't have to worry about whether or not the student did it right, whether they check in right. You can just check them back in when they check in with Miss Grimes, she'll check them in, and then when they come back, you check them in when they get back. So if I created that pass right now, going to see Miss Autry, reason, replacement charger. Create the pass. Jaden's now in the hallway. I can see that right there. So all Miss Autry has to do is go to her home, search. When he comes in and says, I'm here, Jaden will pop up, boom. And then Jaden has an active pass. Just by clicking that issued pass right there. Jaden has an active pass. All right, well, let's see that pass. He needs to check in with me. Check in. So just to recap, remember there are multiple ways that you can issue a pass. On your home screen, you can issue the pass with the plus here for your whole class by clicking that, or for one student by starting to type a name. Or you can go to search, do it that way, or you'll have your recently viewed. You can always see those. Click your class right here, issue the pass next to the roster. Remember, there's some that you have to grant permission for, like front office. And remember, they have to have, if you created the pass for them then, boop, boop. Then they're in the hallway. When they get to the front office, they need to check in. They're not in the hallway anymore. So if they need to go back to class, Miss Hamilton will issue them a return to class pass, or the student could issue it if they had their Chromebook with them. Where are they going back to class? Now they're in the hallway again. When they get back to the classroom, in the pass. That was the sequence for the entire pass situation going to the front office. So again, if you wanted to see all of your students and what they've done for that day in regards to going into the hallway, is you can also issue a pass straight from that particular window, from this little flag up here. This will show you all of your students and what they've done in the hallway up to that point. So again, let me know if you have any more questions or if you want a specific demo created for you, and I will be glad to help you guys out. Just remember, you can always go to that home page, and you have multiple ways that you can issue the student their particular pass and check them in, but just make sure you understand that they have to have a pass active while they're in the hallway. That has to be active next to their name on their roster. They have to be active in the hallway if they're in the hallway. You have to be able to see them here. So just remember that as you're going through, and remember, you can always look and see what they've been doing and what's going on with their passes under their name. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.